This effort began when I gave a talk in Munich. So there's the Munich Quantum Software Forum. So 2 years ago from October. I actually spoke at the forum, so third time running, just earlier in October. So I gave a talk about the need for a compiler, the fact that one didn't exist and how that was kind of ridiculous nearly 30 years into the quantum computing field, that we still don't have good high quality compilers to work out what is the true cost of running an algorithm on a quantum computer. How can you do side-by-side comparisons if you don't have a good compiler? And I invited people just to contact me. Hey, let's work together, let's solve this problem. And people did contact me, and the TQEC repository was born. And then it has been a continual process. Then there was the Coursera course that drew in a lot more people. The second, last year, talk at the Munich Quantum Software Forum, where we talked about our first year of progress, invited yet more people to join, and now third talk, the same is planned. So we have many collaborations in progress with many different groups working on different aspects of compiling at different levels, and the goal is to really tie all that into a coherent whole that is time efficient for everyone, is available for everyone, and can do state-of-the-art research.
That's fascinating.
And was this your 100% focus from the get-go, that you feel like this is something you really want to do?
Yeah, I mean, obviously while I was at Google, I had many other responsibilities in addition to this, but it grew to become what I wanted to focus on full-time. And fortunately or unfortunately, Google decided that was not what they wanted me to focus on full-time, and hence I now do focus on full-time, but I'm not at Google. No regrets, I do it all over again. I understand why they made the decisions they made. I just wish they felt they didn't need to make those decisions. Ultimately, they felt it was a business risk to run a collaboration with everyone. I had hoped they would be willing to take that risk, but they have their constraints. It's a very big company.
Yeah, and I think it's about export control.
Yeah. Export control fundamentally is what made it too risky for Google to support truly open source work. They were concerned that they might get in trouble, and they didn't want to risk that at any level. As it turns out, we have Zapata Quantum and Young Basile. These are two entities. Zapata Quantum works in quantum computing and funded Young Basile to look into the export control laws, and it was found that provided you are not doing defense-related work, provided you're not doing cryptography-related work, provided you are doing fundamental research and the work is free and open to everyone, you're actually totally fine when it comes to export control. I wish that that had been a conversation I could have had while still at Google, but it's okay. The conversation's been had, the clarity has been achieved. I'm free to focus my energy on TQEC without judgment, and I am very, very happy to be doing so.
Yeah, so the project is in the clear, so to speak.
There were a couple of months that went by where it was not known, and I had to take a step back and not do any quantum until such time as that was clarified. But yeah, we're now all clear, and as mentioned, anyone anyway, very welcome and totally in the clear to do the work.
So for TQC, how do you see it like rolling into the future in terms of the next milestones or?
Sure, we have a clear list of features we need to implement. We are still working on some of the details of implementing Hadamard gates. We're still working on some of the details of implementing S gates. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to properly implement T gates. We still need to even begin the work required to properly compile Tofolder gates using surface code and do all of that in an automated manner. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to make the compiler streaming as opposed to static, feed forward as opposed to no feed forward. So, we have a lot of clear milestones that we're working towards. More people help us get there quicker. Beyond that, even when all of that is up and running, then the focus will turn to the more complex architectures I mentioned, non-monolithic 2D nearest neighbor, 2D nearest neighbor with medium-range interactions, mobile qubits, long-range interactions, etc., all of which requires very substantially their own compilers, because you're going to use completely different codes and computation techniques.
I'm surprised at how long we've gone without talking about AI. Because it seems like
Yeah.
this is what everybody wants to talk about.
So it is interesting. In the last couple of months, we did have a contributor rely heavily on AI to generate their code for the repository. And, it's not bad code. It solves problems. They, in fact, were able to close a large number of issues quickly. But this is sort of right up to the minute. Within the community, we're still debating on how to handle such work. If someone uses AI, doesn't necessarily understand the code they've written, doesn't know how to appropriately construct tests, it can be the case that the AI code itself then consumes a lot of time of quite expert people to see what bugs it might have, what tests it does need. So if there's any clear guidance from someone who wants to use AI, if you do, please do take the time to understand the output, make sure it's appropriately tested, commented, and easy for a human to consume. Because if you don't do that, then someone else has to do that, and that can actually slow things down instead of speed things up. Will AI get to the point where it does everything wonderfully well? The code, the tests, the comments, who knows? It's not there yet. It's very good at solving specific algorithms and producing code, but not necessarily as good at creating something that is easy for a human to consume and understand.
Do you also see AI contributing to compilation? Like I'll say, instead of maybe more like algorithmic based, it's
absolutely
like,
right at the moment
models,
the
database.
compilation is algorithmic all the way down, but there is no reason why you couldn't look at various AI agents to look at different parts of the problem and use those tools to try to compile. Hasn't happened yet, but that's a very reasonable research direction.